Peace and love, y'all. It's your girl, the Vibe Priestess. Tapping back in with y'all with more messages from Spirit. We're going to start off clearing off the energy, okay? To the Most High, the creator of all, God, Spirit, universe, angels, ancestors, spirit guides of divine light. I call in your unconditional love, divine guidance, and spiritual protection over this space and over this reading. Allow me to be a vessel to channel your divine wisdom and guidance, and call on your protection against any low vibrational being, demon, entity, evil eye, black magic, spell work, hoodoo, voodoo, hexes, or curses. And so mote it be. I say, what's up, Jojo the Celebrity? Welcome to the live, y'all. So yes, you already know we always starting off with high vibrational energy, okay? Y'all, wake up. Gotta thank God because he be blessing me, okay? Emmanuel the Prophet, y'all gotta go follow him. He been having me so hyped. Like, his music just be, oh my gosh, it just gives me so much life, okay? But y'all, I'm so excited today. Like I said, the energy is just high, you know what I'm saying? So always gotta keep our vibrations high, but low key, this little live session right here gonna get deep, okay? We're gonna talk about breaking the cycles of attracting or entertaining narcissism, because I don't know if we can really break the cycle of attracting narcissists, but maybe we can, because the more boundaries we have up, the easier it is. I feel like it'll be almost like a narcissist will look at you and be like, do I really want to fuck with this person? I don't think I'll be able to manipulate them like I want to. You know what I'm saying? So they may just try to find a new victim. You see what I'm saying? When you have your energetic boundaries up, they see it. They feel like, oh, okay. When they see you when you're just too nice, you're too vulnerable, you're too kind, then they will also see like, oh, okay, that's the one right there. I'm about to blow this bitch up. You feel me? Like, that's exactly how that energy is. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. So we're going to talk about breaking the cycles of entertaining narcissists, okay? We're going to talk about narcissists and their smear campaigns, okay? We're going to talk about love bombing, gaslighting, personality disorders, bipolar, sociopaths, psychopaths. You know, it's all literally, it's a mental illness, right? A lot of these things are, these are indicators, right? That there could be some type of vibrational or energetic parasite, okay? Locked on to them, okay? If you're having some type of mental disorder like bipolar and things like that, you may want to pay attention to that. Schizophrenia even, you know, I just was watching something the other day that says that people that suffer from these types of things, they actually have an odor, right? So pay attention to that too. Like, people that just got a stench that just don't leave. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Bryce Grimes, welcome to the live, love. Yeah, like, I've heard that some of these people with these personality disorders and things like that. Hey, 23 Vibes, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, like, these individuals, they have odors, right? So people that they could suffer from being a sociopath, having some type of personality disorder, schizophrenia, bipolar, narcissism. That is a indicator, y'all. If you smell a body odor off regularly, okay, now sometimes you just get caught slipping. Maybe it was hot, you was sweating, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand people be having, you know, it might just been a rough day, and you know what I'm saying? But if this is a constant thing, you sense this on a regular basis, and a motherfucker just stank all the damn time, you got musty issues, you might need to might need to see what type of attachments you have. What's popping, Bryce? But yeah, you may need to tap into, or not tap in, but I'm just saying, we're looking for indicators, right? We're looking for things, and when we're trying to size somebody up, right? Because we're protecting our energetic sovereignty. We're not just letting narcissists latch on to us. We're not just letting people gaslight us no more. We're not just being overly kind. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? 2, 3 vibes. You already know. Like, if you got, like, my thing is, it's about self-love, right? So we shouldn't just be walking around with no odors. Like, we should know that if our little shit ain't, about the right, there gotta be some type of parasite. Because why would you even allow yourself to even carry yourself and knowing you ain't smelling right? You see what I'm saying? Like, that gotta be some type of spiritual parasite on you that would even allow you to carry yourself like that. Now, I do understand they say that some people, suffer from, issues that could have to do with your hormones and things like that. But that's the responsibility. You gotta nip that shit in the bud and take care of that. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, not to harp so much on people's body odor, because some people, maybe they just sweat a lot or whatnot. But this is something that we can Google it, y'all. This is a known thing that sociopaths, psychopaths, bipolar, schizophrenia, a lot of these people who suffer from these illnesses, there's an odor that is associated with that. Okay. Also, y'all, we're going to talk about cult leaders, versus gurus. You see what I'm saying? You can smell a funky soul a mile away. Big facts, bro. Like, you can smell that shit from a motherfucking way. And then you be like, shit. And like I said, when you're a nice, kind person, like, you're not going to try to highlight that to anybody or call them out about it, but it's an awareness that our nostrils be having. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Afro Deity, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Good to see you, mama. Yeah, so when it comes to our spiritual sovereignty, when it comes to us having an awareness about our own power, right? Sometimes as an empath, you don't realize it until you've gotten beat the fuck down a few times. You see what I'm saying? And then you start to wake up to your power because you're trying to learn from your lessons, learn from the things that God is trying to show you through obstacles and challenge. And once you go through those things, you realize, like, hold on, like, something is not right. Why am I being attacked? Why do I have somebody who is manipulating my kindness or taking my kindness for weakness? Or why do I feel like the people that are in my circle or my bubble is like, okay, it's like there's something off with as far as feeling the support or the love or, whatever. It's like all these different indicators that we got to start paying attention to. And when it comes to our spiritual sovereignty and our awareness of our gifts, some people will recognize these gifts before you even recognize them about yourself. So you have to pay attention to people who come along, who are, into this spiritual thing, but they have to be able, you have to see some type of humility in them, some type of, like, some people will come along and utilize their spiritual gifts to prey on you. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Manifesting Queen 29, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so sometimes these people will come along and they will use your gifts to flourish their own things and projects and things like that. And this is energy vampires, or people who know how to transmute energy, and they can look into your Akashic records, right? They can see your destiny. They can see what you got going on, and they can play on that, and they can do things to hinder you, to slow your progress down, right? To keep you from attaining your greatness, to the most largest capacity. You feel me? Because a lot of times we'll have this destiny and everything, but there'll be things that get in the way of it, right? And if we allow that, then it's like we'll never reach our fullest potential. And that's what a lot of these dark empaths, they have a business in alignment with some sense of spirituality, because they know a lot of people come lost. A lot of people come, a lot of people will come not knowing their gifts. You see what I'm saying? And then here they come trying to, come as somebody that you can trust, right? And then they come and they're able to, because you're giving them permission anyway, because you're looking at them like, oh, you're trying to seek guidance from this person, right? And they, instead of using their gifts to help you, they may appear as if they're helping you, but then low key they're spiritually spying on you and your destiny and what you got going on, and seeing how they could possibly use that to their benefit. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that we got to pay attention to, y'all, because my thing is, I done dealt with so much situations with people that is in too fucking close proximity to motherfucking me. You feel me? And I had to realize, like, hold on, like, how am I even letting people like this close to me? Like, I would have this, you see, it's like you have this unwavering faith. When you have an unwavering faith, right, you have that for God, right? But you can't always make assumptions that everybody have the best intent and the best heart when it comes to their intentions. You know, what is the intentions is something that we got to start paying attention to with people too. When people just want to come and offer you things, or people just want to do things for you, because in reality, people like to tie and lock in. And they'll do that under the guise of, oh, I'm just trying to help. Oh, I can give you this. I can offer you that. So then you feel an obligation, or you feel like you owe them something. Now you got to repay them back for some shit that they offered up without you even asking. You see what I'm saying? Now you energetically tied in with the motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Manifesting Queen 29. Welcome, love. So it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, these are things we got to pay attention to, because as an empath, you attract these types of people around you. And your whole life, right, you may have not even realized that you had a gift that you didn't recognize, because a lot of times God will hide these gifts from you because he's trying to build you up, build your power up, so you can utilize these gifts in the way that he sees them to be fit, okay, for you to utilize these gifts. And if you're not utilizing these gifts that way, you know what I'm saying, those same gifts that he activated within you, he can deactivate. You see what I'm saying? And some people's gifts are locked away, and they put on pause. You see what I'm saying? Until you experience some type of life purpose, or you go through a lesson and you've elevated and you've mastered something. Then it's like, okay, boom, now you can utilize these gifts. I'm going to activate these gifts within you, okay? And then now, boom, you activated your purpose. You activated your destiny. Now you are in alignment with what you're really supposed to be doing, right? In life, we could be living life thinking that our life is just everything it's supposed to be. And then one day we wake up and realize, like, damn, that wasn't even my true path. Like, I just was doing that because I felt like everybody else around me, like, wanted me to do this, or be right. Whatever reasons you're being guided to do something, if it's not from within, you have to reevaluate that. Like, why am I guided to be doing something this way when intuitively I'm not feeling like that? This came from an influence of somebody else, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. Or sometimes we'll believe in other people's dreams, right? We'll believe in other people's dreams, and we'll be going so gung-ho and hard to support their dreams, but who the fuck is supporting your dreams, okay? Is we getting some type of reciprocation here? Because you will get lost in other people's paths if you do not become the center of, like, we all have to be the star of our own movie. We can't be the co-star of other people's movie, because then it's like you never master what it is it was meant for you to do. Hey, Cheese from the 6-4, what's up, bro? Welcome back to the live, love. But yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, if you don't know who the fuck you are, and you're steady jumping on to everybody else's, you're the co-star in everybody else's movie, right? You're like supporting them, you're building their brands. Hey, Control Freak Nard 219, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, it's like you steady building somebody else's brand. You steady building somebody else's life. You're steady building, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it is if you ain't built yourself up yet, and you still haven't identified with what your power is, who you are, what your purpose is, where you aligned with. You see what I'm saying? Now you got all these people who are distracting you from your journey, your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing, because you're so caught up in trying to be a part of somebody else's story, somebody else's journey. You want to be like, who wants to live what they say when you're like, you're living behind the light of somebody else's, or you're the shadow of somebody else's light. You see what I'm saying? No, you need to be pouring into yourself. Hey, Justice 67, welcome to the live, love. But yeah, we got to start pouring so much into ourselves. We build ourselves up so that way when we are pouring into other people, it's not from an empty cup. Because guess what? Them same people you built up, those same people that you invested all your hard-earned energy and love and believed in their dreams, as soon as they reach their dreams, you're going to be sitting there looking like, well, damn, I thought you was going to take me with you. Well, you should have been setting your own destiny, your own path for yourself. Okay, because don't get lost in other people's dreams and aspirations when you got your own dreams and aspirations to attain. You see what I'm saying? And we'll do that a lot of times. We'll get lost in trying to be a part of something when God will place us in solitude and isolate us from everybody, because he's like, no, you need to focus on yourself. You too caught up in everybody else shit that what are you building and establishing for you? You see what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to show for the energy that you've been putting in to other people? You see what I'm saying? It's like you'll be left as on the back burner. You see what I'm saying? And it's like you need to focus on discovering self, right? And this is from an empath standpoint. Hey, Heartless 0209, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, this is coming from a place of the empath who has slept on themselves so much, being too kind, okay? Being too kind, not prioritizing self, right? Trying to pour into everybody else when that love and that it's not being reciprocated. You see what I'm saying? Shared the live to a few friends. Good conversation. Right on, bro. I really appreciate you putting the word out there. You see what I'm saying? Because yes, it's a lot of people that we're empathic. We're gifted. We have this, but we are just so extremely kind and loving, and we are here and we want to pour into people, and it's in our heart. We really are truly doing this from the love and not trying to do it to use people, not trying to do it to try to manipulate people. It's really coming from our heart, right? But because the reality is we are faced and we're surrounded by a lot of dark empaths, narcissists, people that have personality disorders. You see what I'm saying? Things like this, which really equates to parasitic, energetic, spiritual parasitic attachments. You see what I'm saying? This is all what this relates to. So I'm trying to bring it all together to let people know that yes, when we're dealing with narcissism, when we're dealing with dark empaths, when we're dealing with manipulation, you have to look at it deeper than just that. No, this is spiritual warfare, and that a lot of people do have these parasitic attachments to them. So we got to start looking at it like that when we getting played in situations, or we feeling like, man, that wasn't fair. I would never do you like that. You feel me? Because as an empath, you would never do a motherfucker like that. You feel me? Hey, Foreign Doll Bay, thank you so much for joining the live. And Joe Cop 84, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, it's like, you would never manipulate somebody trying to get over on somebody with no good intention. You see what I'm saying? But because there's so many people around that have been bred by this society, because that's what Western society and civilization does, it breeds narcissism. Hey, Kyra Zane, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But that's exactly what this matrix basically does, is breeds narcissism. Okay, so that's something that we have to pay attention to. You know what I mean? So when we're being done bad, we're not trying to look too deep into like, oh, well, I love this person. Like, you're gonna keep letting that person get over on you though. Like, we can love and we can release people out of love. You see what I'm saying? We can love and we can say, but you know what? I love myself more, and I have to, because it's about you protecting yourself, protecting your spirit, protecting your destiny, protecting what God has destined for you. Empaths got to teach the self not give a fuck. Facts. So much. It's like building a skill. Big facts, bruh. I swear it is. Rose Gold Brand, thank you so much for joining the live. But yeah, we got to teach ourselves not to give a fuck because we care so much. You feel me? But like you said, bro, it's like building a skill or building a muscle. It's like if you don't work on it regularly, you see what I'm saying? Then your intuition be weak, and your intuition be weak, and then you don't even realize people are out here doing this shit. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Ishay. Hey, Ishay May. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. And Foreign Doll Bay, thank you so hard. She said, it's so hard, y'all. Big facts. Like, and this is the thing, right? It's hard, but now that we are starting to connect these dots, this shit ain't about to be hard no more. When you realize it, you have to start being, like, look at it like spiritual warfare, and you're a warrior of God. You see what I'm saying? And that these is people's demon attachments attached to them, right? That's coming for you, your greatness, coming from your light, coming for your spirit, because you are in alignment with the Most High. And if you don't realize that, and you just walk around like everybody human, and everybody just, no, you motherfuckers, a lot of these people, like I said before, a lot of people just empty vessels walking around, okay? And there wasn't even enough room in the fucking title for me to put everything I wanted to put at, because not only was I going to be talking about all those things that I listed in the live, but we're also going to talk about doppelgangers and motherfucking doppelgangers, mimics. These are, like I said, empty vessels that have demon attachments, y'all, parasitic attachments. And y'all, I want to get it deep in this too, because people start to look at, when you start saying demons, so I try not to use that word, because people just, it goes so left in their mind as far as like thinking about fairy tale or movie shit. But like, when I say demons, right, I'm talking about attachments that are low vibrational, right? They and so a lot of times, like in the tarot deck, right, we have the devil card, you know what I'm saying? And that card is representative of negative attachments, things that are holding you back, either it's bad habits, bad mindsets, things like that, right? But a lot of times, here's the thing, right? The devil, that's how he plays on us, right? If we have these low vibrational thoughts in us, that's how the devil has power over us, right? But if we are always guided by the light, we're always guided by our higher perspective, right? It's so hard for these lower vibrational entities, whether it's thoughts, habits, or people that come in as attachments to us. It makes it more difficult for them to overpower us, because here's what we do. We give our power away. They don't have real true power over us, but because they can play on our low vibrational thoughts, low vibrational self-doubts and things like that, and then it gives them that power. But if we know that, baby, I'm moved by the Most High, and when you start building up your confidence and power as far as who you are, they will not be able to play on that anymore. You see what I'm saying? But what happens is, once you do it, other empaths start to think you're a narcissist now. Exactly. But you know what? They don't start to think that you're a narcissist. They just know that they are. That's the bait and switch. You feel me? That's the smear campaign. That's what the narcissist does, because it's not that they really believe that you're the narcissist, because they know you're not. They knew you wasn't a narcissist when they came to prey on your motherfucking energy, when they peeped you from a mile away, before they even came to approach you to deal with you. You see what I'm saying? They knew exactly what you was. So the catch-22 is not, oh, they thought you was a narcissist now. Nah, bitch, you want to make it seem like I'm the narcissist, because now we have to talk about the reality of what's what and what happened and things like that. They want to keep their reputation so they can continue to manipulate and deceive. You know what I'm saying? Plot and scheme and finesse and do all this bullshit. And it's like, if you know the truth about them and somehow it gets out, that's going to ruin their way of life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they thrive from other people's energy. It's like they really don't have a place to manifest from, honestly, because they're so broken and dark inside. You see what I'm saying? So they prey on other people's creative life force energy. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that you got to pay attention to, because like it's everyday shit. It could be your homeboy, it could be your homegirl, it could be your mama, it could be your daddy, it could be your, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we got to realize that this is people who be in close proximity to us. This ain't just motherfuckers these are the people that affect us the most, be the ones that we deem the ones that we love the most. Like, a lot of times we accept a lot of fucked up shit from people because we love them, because we give them grace, because we're like, oh, that's my family, you know what I'm saying? I've been knowing that person since, we go way back, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You let these things lock you in with people that been plotting on your downfall ever since they motherfucking met you. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, we got to learn how to not be just so, like, I'm not saying don't be kind and I'm saying be discerning. Know yourself, right? Learn your intuition. And when you start seeing motherfuckers move certain kind of way, you don't just chop it up to, you don't make excuses for them. I used to do this all the time, y'all. I would make excuses for people. Like, when people be rude with me or something, or do some shit that I feel like I would never treat you like that in this situation if the roles was reversed. But I feel like if a motherfucker do that, like, I will make excuses for them. Like, I know they probably, they just ended up having a bad mood. They just having a bad day. I know, this shit just happened to them. Like, I know they're going through some things. And, you always had a higher perspective where you try to look at things from a mature standpoint, calm standpoint, where you're not just reacting off of disrespect either. Like, you want to handle things maturely and all of this and that. You see what I'm saying? But people will know people will know that you'll take the high road. So they'll get you literally train these people to know how you gonna respond to they motherfucking bullshit, right? So then you could keep on perpetuating this abuse, right? You're allowing it in essence because you're kind of letting them see that all they gotta do is come with some weak ass apology and you'll let them back in, or all they gotta do is come up with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta start standing firm on our own. Like I said, spiritual sovereignty. Hey, Remix Nikki, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Sending you so much love. I'm so glad to see you here in this space. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, when it comes to narcissism, when it comes to smear campaigning, like that is exactly what they'll do. When you feel like this person is being disrespectful, not treating you right, and then you stand firm on your boundaries and you start creating boundaries like, no, honey, this is not how we are going to handle this. Like, you probably be trying to deal with it in a more mature way, but these individuals will be like, oh, okay, well, if I no longer have control over you because now you see me with my mask off, you feel me, now I got to go ruin your name with everybody. Now I got to smear your name because if it's like me against you, right? It's like, they're at the point where they like, I have to smear your name because if they find out that I'm really the narcissist, you see what I'm saying? Then that's going to ruin the way that I get ahead. That's going to ruin the way that I can manipulate and deceive others, because now they're going to see me from a mile away. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that people got to pay attention to. And if you're not paying attention to it, then it's like you're leaving yourself open, really, to have this abuse done to you, because empaths they're preyed on. Hey, Apio7, welcome to the live, bro. Yeah, they'll literally prey on you and see your downfall. Yes, bro, Remix Nikki, you feel me, right? Like, these people will literally come in and see your heart, right? See your spirit, see that you giving, see that you loving. And it's like they're an empty fucking pit. They're a fucking black pit. So it's like all the love and all the everything that you'll pour into them, it just goes into a fucking void, right? Nobody is like, that love that you're giving isn't building them up, isn't, because it's like they still have this dark, hey, it's almost like they despise you too, because they're like, how do you have all this love to give? And I don't, because narcissists, they are fearful of love. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Too, bro. Thank you so much for that, for the love. But yes, y'all, like that's the bottom line, right? I'm just doing this because I want everybody to have their energetic sovereignty, okay? Don't give people the power over you to think that, oh, they're better than you, or they have more than you, and so you just you trust them and trust them with your vulnerabilities and things like that, and then at the end of the day, they literally just bait and switch your ass. You see what I'm saying? And then they're literally trying to, like, these people will destiny swap with you, or they will use your energy. What's up, bro? How did you do that? You just hopped on my live, like.
Nah, you did it. You
I
did it.
swear to God, I didn't do nothing.
I swear you. Nah, look, you clicked it. I saw
They will
like when
love you. I must have did.
you did it. I was like, I don't think she mean to go
I
live,
didn't
but
mean to do that. I
I,
swear. But it's
I
cool. Did you
also
did
I
you have
also
some
did.
love and like to share?
I didn't want to dish you either though. So I was like, let me just go just in case that is what she
Yes.
wanted. That's all.
Right
Nah, I
on,
didn't.
bro. I appreciate you. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, nah. I'm gonna let you get back to your reading because you're
All
doing your
right, for
thing.
sure. Right on.
All right, peace.
I don't know how to do it, so just
Yeah, you
hang up. I don't know
press.
how to
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
yeah. I got you.
All
I'm
right,
gonna get
right
off.
on. I'm
Peace.
still learning the live, y'all. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
hopped on live. Like, this is new to me.
you requested me though, but nah,
Yeah.
I got you. I'm gonna get off right now.
All right,
Peace.
right on,
All
bro.
right.
Welcome, frogs. Welcome, Lachey K. Pez. Thank you for joining the live. Bro said, They will love you on Big O. You are so knowledgeable and real. What's Big O? Shit, look, bro, put me on. Tell me what, we'll talk about that. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like the reality is that I'm just trying to bring awareness, right? Because I know that a lot of us, we love purely from our heart, and there's some people that don't. And it's like a lot of times we'll go into situations trying to pour into people that, like, we're pouring into empty fucking voids, black pits, right? You just pouring your love, pouring your love, pouring your love, and you're being drained up, and it's like there's nothing being reciprocated to you. You feel me? Hey, ABA Estate, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so it's just like you get into that point where you go into, see, and this is the problem. See, I don't want people, because it's like you be really true at heart, but then you damn near turn into a fucking dark empath, because you be like, oh, okay, this is the game, this is what's happening. Everybody want to motherfucker play and be on bullshit. Bet I see the game, I'm gonna play it too. You know what I mean? Now everybody playing this fucking game. You feel me? Like I always used to say this. Who must be getting hot? My shit is sweating and shit. But I'm like, yeah, people want to play this game, and that's the problem. Like I used to say this all the time. It's like I don't want to play these games. Like even when it in the dating realm of things, when it's like you have to, they always talk about, well, men like this and well, women like this, and it was always this. We got to play cat and mouse or be a part of these games to entertain each other, or I was like, well, why can't we just be honest? Why can't we just be upfront? Why can't we just, if we want the same things, cool. If we don't, then we don't got to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why we have to play these games to find people to really, truly interest us and want to fuck with us? A money app for this right here. People will pay to hear you every day. Right on, bro. Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully we can chat and you can put me on to that, because I never heard of it. But I'm with the shits. You see what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Like we wrapping this shit up because we don't want to be manipulated no more. We're not looking to be played with anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like who want to keep playing? You know what I mean? So let's see, y'all. What else? Oh, so here's another thing that I wrote down, which was Constantine. Okay, like I had got this download about Constantine. I don't know if any of y'all seen the movie Constantine. Okay, but Constantine was about it was, I guess in the movie he was kind of like a fallen angel. You see what I'm saying? And like he pretty much the fallen angel, like he was assigned to the earth realm to go and like basically he was an exorcist. He would go and exorcise demons out of humans. You see what I'm saying? And so basically though, he's like feeling in his whole energy about it was like he felt indebted to God, but it was in a way of like he was repaying his karmic debt from whatever fucked up shit he did, you know what I'm saying, in the heavens. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's, kind of similar to some of these, like how these empaths turn dark. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like you'll have this path, you'll have this destiny, you'll have this journey, and along this destiny and this journey, you gonna get beat the fuck up a little bit. You're gonna have these obstacles, you're gonna have these challenges, and it's gonna appear as if God is not, supporting you or pushing you. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, he's gonna challenge, you know what I'm saying, you to see your ability to overcome these challenges, and that you're not gonna go and turn dark as soon as some shit, you know what I'm saying, happens. So he gotta put you through these tests, you feel me? So you go through these specific tests with God, you know what I'm saying? But see, some people take that path and they just give up because they feel like it's too hard. And then somebody offers them an easy route that has to do with the attachment of, you know what I'm saying, a low vibrational entity, demon, or whatnot. And then you literally are led astray from your path. You see what I'm saying? And that's how, the dark empath becomes somebody, because you were gifted, you know what I'm saying, all of these things, but now you're using your gifts for not the path and the purpose that God gave you. And then you go and you do some shit and you fuck up that karmic you create karmic debt, and God will take that shit from you. You see what I'm saying? So you have to be in that place where you're ready to pay attention to your purpose, and like not allowing people to come in and interfere with that. You see what I'm saying? So what else, y'all? So yeah, so that's what you want to pay attention to, because y'all, I just was watching this video about um the like Nature Boy or something like that. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like when I first heard about it, I didn't read into it, right? Sometimes you'll just talk too soon, and you'll say things about it. And I remember like hearing about Nature Boy, and I didn't know how deep he was actually, like a cult leader, right? And like I know initially I was just thinking like, see, because I did watch this show on Netflix called Hey Cedar Tree Music and Perform. Thank you so much, performance. Thank you so much for joining the live. But yeah, like there's this movie on Netflix a while ago that I watched called The Wild Wild West, and it was about this Indian guy. He came over to America and he brought a whole bunch of people. They literally um cultivated a land that was like desert land. Hey, Sleep 34, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So they literally, um, they cultivated a land that was like desert. You feel me? And they like built this whole like little small nation basically. And you know there was some things going on within it, but I always felt like cults and things like that, like there could be people that are just wanting to start their own little, you know what I'm saying, community and things like that. And because, you know, the government wants to have so much control, they don't allow it. Once it becomes so powerful, then they got to shut the shit down. You see what I'm saying? But like, so I spoke too soon about Nature Boy, thinking that maybe that's what was happening because he was empowering people, showing them how to live off the land. But that was not the case at all. Nature Boy was really a real cult leader, and he was an extreme narcissist, right? Like I seen a video where he was like, bitches, why ain't nobody ever stand up around me? Like he made everybody like go, like he was acting like this is the God complex that these narcissists have. You see what I'm saying? To me, if you have a God complex, you see what I'm saying, and you have this superiority complex and things like that, that is a clear indication of these dark empaths, these people that have these energetic parasites on them. You got this so-called God complex, and you think somebody's supposed to be praising you when really you're using the gift that God gave you to empower these people. So it's like, if you're not giving it and praising it all to the Most High, then it's like, what are you really doing then? And who are you really low key, you know, divinating from to get this information? So do you believe that we have God in us? I do believe that we have God in us. That's what I'm saying. Like God, big G, the big God, the Most High, okay, the creator of all. He's within all of us, but God gives us the free will to choose, right? So some people come into this world and they choose, like God will put us on the path. God will put us on his path, right? But then because we don't have no clear connection, no direct connection to God. We over here looking for connections with God through the church. We looking connections of God through somebody else, through the words of the mouth of somebody else. When you have your own personal connection to God, right? And you built that way of communicating, right? Because God communicates with you differently than how he might communicate with somebody else. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we got to start developing that relationship first. And then we start developing that relationship, then God will highlight the path that is specifically for us. But until we have that direct connection, right? The path that we be on, a lot of times it don't be in alignment with what the Most High wants for us. So then we having all these obstacles. Now, don't get me wrong, right? You're gonna still have obstacles even on your path to the Most High. Hey, Relove 129, baby. I'm gonna make sure I hit you up later, okay, girl? I was taking a spiritual bath and then I wanted to get on live, so I'm gonna make sure I hit you up soon so we can finish chopping it up, baby. But yeah, so like it's one of those things where yes, we have to identify our own personal connection so that way can't nobody else confuse us about what God really wants for our path, right? Because our path, can't nobody else tell us what our path is. That's for us to discover. We gotta go within and figure out what that is. You see what I'm saying? So that is why, though, a lot of times when you're gifted, or if you might be just lost, right? These narcissists know that narcissists are dark empaths. Think about if you just like out in you're out in a public area, okay, and you're the only one with a blindfold on, okay, and everybody else around you don't have a blindfold on. You see what I'm saying? And you're just walking around, you can't see shit, right? But everybody can fucking see you. You see what I'm saying? And that's kind of how it is when you are gifted and you're being viewed by empaths or narcissists. You see what I'm saying? And they're seeing you blinded of your own gift, blinded of your own anointing from the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So it's like now you have to pay attention to the fact that, damn, do I even have my own connection with the Most High? Do I even have my own connection? So that's why I'm saying, like, let's build up our own connection so that way we know what our path is, and we can't be confused. We can't be taken off the path or off course by these dark empaths, by these narcissists, or by these doppelgangers that really want to be you. Because a lot of times you'll inspire somebody so much that now they, like, you just notice like little mannerisms or little things, and it's like, damn, you was really trying to take my essence. You see what I'm saying? But it's okay, because at the end of the day, nobody can take your essence when you're true to the Most High God. You know who you are, and you're not trying to fit some persona, and you're not trying to be somebody else. When you're truly who you are, that's going to happen too. Like, you're going to inspire people. You're going to be a innovator. You're going to be a trendsetter. People are always going to try to be you. But one thing I don't agree with, people who are doppelgangers, these are people who would like try to tap into your energy to try to harness it. Okay, so they can try to be like you. And it's like, baby, be like yourself. Okay? Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be the essence of who I am. Like, there's already a me. We don't need two of me. So, okay, we're good. I get what you're saying, but that's why the gift of observing and not absorbing is important. Okay, so hey Breeza 888 and hey Heaven Justice L, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But that's why the gift of observing and not absorbing is important. So you can elaborate on that. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not sure the gift of observing and not absorbing. So yeah, I mean, I agree with that, because that's what I'm saying. This is what this awareness is about. Like being observant and being aware and knowing that you are an empath. If you're gifted to have a level of awareness, and like you said, when you are observing, right, and not absorbing, then you're able to let your intuition take the lead of what you should absorb and what you shouldn't absorb and things like that. So I totally agree with you, Sleep 34. Yeah. Hey, Peace Queen. Thank you so much for the love. But yes, y'all, so it's like, let's empower ourselves when we're gifted, when we're empaths, and we decide that, you know, we do want to give our love to the world. We do want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, embody, you know, being able to give love to everybody. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, we have to be more discerning about the love that we're giving, because if we're sending love to a fucking a pitless portal, right? That's just like, you're just draining me all up, and it's like, I'm not getting nothing back. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, and then on top of that, right, those people will take that energy and then they will transmute it, right, and they'll siphon your energy to empower themselves, right? Let's, you know, because that's how a lot of narcissistic relationships are. You'll get with somebody, you'll be there building them up, they're breaking you down, though, breaking you the fuck down, and then like they all built up and they all got they shit, and what do? Leave your ass and go find them another narcissistic supply to take them to the next level. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, we have to be more discerning about who we're giving our love to, and we can, and I'm not saying to become this hateful person that's like, no, fuck everybody, I'm not giving my love to nobody. Da, 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 da. I'm saying be more discerning about who you're giving your love to. I'm saying pay attention to, you know what I'm saying, the intuition and the signs of people who are clearly, you know, if they have any type of resemble any type of love bombing, any gaslighting, all of that bullshit. Whenever that happens, you need to do a spell to call your powers back. Whenever that happens, you need to do a spell to call your power back. Exactly. And see, here's the thing, right, y'all? Spells is just our words, right? Me speaking right now is a spell. If you believe in what I'm saying, it's going to empower you in some kind of way, right? It's a spell. Our words are spells, right? So just like our spells or prayer or whatever, like, if you pray to the Most High and you say, thank you, God, for protecting me, and I call my power back, and I cut all cords and attachments energy that are trying to, siphon my energy, whatever. You see what I'm saying? That is definitely a spell, but like people think spells and they think they got to do a ritual and they got to do this, they got to do that, which that brings more power to what you're doing. So I'm not knocking it. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like people who do spells, they need to study more about what are they using to divinate to ensure that this is actually, you might do a spell, and if you're not as gifted in or as well versed in these things, sometimes you might pull something from a low vibrational energy or something like that. So like when it comes to God, you see what I'm saying? Like I like to go to the Most High, and Most High can use and dictate and direct who he want to use. If he want to use a low vibrational demon to protect me against another demon, like, okay, I'm gonna let God decide how he wants to utilize these other sources to protect me, but I'm always gonna go to him first. You see what I'm saying? And God is always gonna be the one to send and protect me that way. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on how you want to go about things. You see what I'm saying? And there's no right or wrong way. It's about what's for us. That's why I tell people, like, when it comes to finding your connection to the Most High, that's why you have to start to tap into your own intuition, your own spiritual practice, and your own finding ways to ground, to meditate, to connect to nature, so you can find the way that God is trying to communicate to you through synchronicity, through nature, through numbers, through animals, through all these different things. God will speak back to us. Girl, I know, right? My connection been going in and out too. I don't know what's been up with the connection lately, but no, welcome back, baby. So yeah, like but yeah, I sleep 34. You're not lying. You see what I'm saying? It's like you have to have a level of awareness and know what needs to be done. When you start feeling that your energy is being pulled one way or the other, you need to affirm it right there in that moment. And I do that all the time. I pray right, I go right, and then I take a lot of spiritual baths and things like that. Like if I'm feeling weird, feeling funny, energy off, because people will send you bad moods your way, like psychic attacks, spiritual attacks, to try to throw off your energy, because our vibration is what keeps us closer to the Most High. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I like to stay in a high vibrational frequency, happy, feeling good. And if I feel like for whatever reason I'm not, and I know that my intention is to always feel good, then I know that ain't me. I know that ain't me. Like, I ain't just mad for no reason. So I know somebody try to send me some shit. Boom, return to sender, or boom, or whatever you got to do, whatever it is within your spirit to do, then that's what you should do. You see what I'm saying? And let spirit guide you, So yeah, I'm gonna pull some cards on this. Let me see that I wrote a lot of stuff down. Like, did I go through everything I wanted to? Because the doppelganger thing was a big deal to me too, because I'm starting to realize that it's a lot of people who will, like, they would love to just live in your fucking skin. They would just love to, like, just let me just be you. You see what I'm saying? Because they done created so much dark negative karma in their life because they're fucking narcissists. Like, that is what these narcissists are trying to do now, is that they're like trying to energetic. They're trying to destiny swap, because it's like God gonna put you through. You gotta fucking go through that karma, bro. You're not just about to do all this fucked up shit to people. Be a fucking narcissist and a fucking dark empath. Love bomb, gaslight, break motherfucking hearts, and take lives, people, life force, vitality. And you just think that you're not gonna have to deal with no karma? You think that you're gonna be able to use a spell to try to get somebody else's fucking life force energy to and get all of their good karma that they put the fuck in? Bitch, please go find, like, people like that are mentally fucking ill. And that's why I was talking about sociopaths, psychopaths, personality disorders, schizophrenia, all of these fucking things, because it's all relatable to this attachment, this demonic attachment to people that is what is controlling them. You see what I'm saying? And these types of people are the ones that they're dangerous. These people will put you in harm's way because they'll put you in harm's way just for the fact that they hate their life so much that they want to switch the energy. They want to live your destiny, live your life. And if you're not connected to the Most High, if you don't have some type of spiritual sovereignty, hey cuz, welcome to the live, baby. I miss you and I love you. Yeah, if you're not literally if you are not protecting yourself spiritually, if you don't have a level of spiritual sovereignty, you see what I'm saying? These people will try to destiny swap with you or just attach to you and cause you turmoil, because they know the key to swapping with you is bringing your vibration to match theirs, right? When your vibration is low, that's when these demons can attach to you. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's so important for you to keep your vibrations high, even when you're going through the extreme darkness, okay? Because I'm telling y'all from experience, y'all. I didn't hit rock bottom. I didn't been in the complete darkness, and all I had was God. You see what I'm saying? And God is who empowered me. God is what showed me the way. God is what started to expose all of this shit. God is the one that started telling me, nah, you got to start paying attention. Because I always used to ask myself, why the fuck do I keep attracting these fucking narcissist relationships? Like, I know that I'm a good person. I don't fucking deserve this. You see what I'm saying? Hey, cuz. Mwah. So it's just like, yeah, I don't fucking deserve this shit, and I'm tired of dealing with it. And I would always be like, God, I've learned my lesson, like, because I knew it was about my self-worth. So every relationship, it got to the point where each relationship would get shorter and shorter and shorter, because as soon as I would see something, I'd be like, oh, God, all right, God, I'm answering the call, okay? If he's showing me that I'm not being loved and respected, I'm going to leave, because I know my self-worth, God. Like I'm always trying to prove myself to the Most High that I see the lesson. Like, if the lesson is for me to know my self-worth, I'm not going to sit here and take this. I'm going to leave, right? But sometimes as an empath, we like to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? We like to see the good in everybody. So we won't assume the worst. We won't assume that these people are out here plotting on us, that these people could put us in harm's way, that they don't give a fuck about us. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why it's so important for us to start to take a level of accountability and just being like, why was I even attracted to you in the first place? It was coming from a place of lack, right? Hey, love and love for life. Thank you so much for joining the live. But yeah, like, you get to this point where you're like, oh, why have I been attracting this type of narcissism? You see what I'm saying? Or why have I been attracting this all my life? And it's because from lack, right? You've accepted these people into your life from a place of lack or from a place of void, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I know there's been so many. I can look back on even like the last relationship I was in. Like, I was in a tough situation. I was moving out of my apartment. I hadn't found a new place to live. Like, me and him, we were starting to vibe and bond. He had a place, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, well, why don't we work together to make, make this shit shake? And we ended up moving together, with all these things. But like, if I look at the reality of it, like, that was a place of lack. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're in a place of lack because it's like, oh, well, shit, I don't got nowhere to stay. Whatever those situations is, you know what I'm saying? It's not you having faith that the Most High gonna have something figured out for you. So, like, not to just fall on the terms of something because it might be easier, might help you out. You see what I'm saying? It's one of those things where you have to have God in the front of everything, even in the darkest moments, okay? Because if you don't have God even in the darkest moments, okay, that's when these dark empaths, these narcissists they know, right, when to send these spiritual attacks or these psychic attacks to try to attach things to you. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Stephanie Wells 9279, thank you so much for joining the live. Yes, preach, say it again. Yes, big facts. Like, we have to take accountability, and when we start taking accountability, we'll start realizing where we fucked up when we chose that person. And then we instead of, like, we don't want to be victims no more. We're not going to be victims. We're just going to say, you know what, God, I see what you was trying to show me, and I've learned my lesson. and now I'm gonna move differently, okay? And now I'm gonna pour so much into myself that I'll never be in a situation where I have to settle for something, you know what I'm saying? Or anything. Like, it's just you putting yourself in position to build and big yourself up so you don't even have yourself surrounded in these types of environments and things. But it's also about us starting to have this confidence, this like knowing our power, standing on business, you feel me, standing on your square about who you are. And see, the problem with empaths, like, we always like, it's not like we don't love ourselves, it's not like we don't know, you know, it's just at the same time a lot of empaths have dealt with rejection, dealt with abandonment, dealt with things where their own family didn't support them when they, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you have that, you just, like, you might believe in yourself, but you don't feel like other people do. So it's like everything that you're doing is like you're still doing it, but it's like then now you're trying to like overly prove yourself to people to show like your worth and your value, because when you were younger, your own parents or own people didn't pour into you to make you feel valuable. So now it's like you feel like you gotta prove your value to people. Well, you don't gotta fucking prove shit. You see what I'm saying? Because now that we know that they already knew, they knew before you. So it's like, now why are we fucking proving things that everybody else really around us know already? But we are the only ones sleeping on our motherfucking selves. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Anisha, the hair Dashian. Welcome to the live, love. That's such a cute name too, girl. That was some great marketing right there. Okay, I love it. But at the end of the day, I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, we gotta come, we gotta walk, we gotta, nigga, say it with your chest. God damn it. You feel me? Like, you gotta know your power. You feel like you know your power, and we not sleeping on ourselves no more, because people will see your power, know your power, and not even want to big you up and empower you or be like, girl, you got this. You know, they don't want to be your cheerleader. They want to feel better than you. It's feeding their ego to beat down on somebody that they really know low key has this light and this greatness, but it's like it feeds their ego to just feel like, well, shit, I must be better than them because they don't even see it and they over here catering to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like very ego based. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my thing is, these people are so dangerous too that it's like I got to the point where I felt like it was important to remind people that, nah, this is not just no fucking, you know, when people say, oh, you're a narcissist, and it's like you're saying it like it's just saying calling somebody a bitch or something like that, and like it's just a bad name. But no, narcissism is a real mental illness. Okay, so calling somebody a narcissist is saying you a few lines down from fucking psychopathic. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it takes a few fucking snaps, a few experiences where boom, next thing you know, you're this person could lose it, all their shit, and just say, you know what, I'm gonna turn all this frustration on you and unalive you. You see what I'm saying? Like, do you see all these fucking things on social media where people are coming fucking unalived from people that are so close to them? People supposed to be their friends, people supposed to be their family, people supposed to be their man, they fucking baby daddy, they killing their kids. Like, this shit is getting out of hand, right? It has to be a fucking demon attachment. Who the fuck gonna harm their kids, children, innocent fucking kids? You see what I'm saying? So my point is to say that we gotta make this an awareness, y'all. Everything I love, y'all. This was a download about the dark empath. It was a fucking download. As soon as I start talking about this dark empath shit on these lives, like the other day on Apple, you know how Apple will pull up the news, like it's like a news thing. Literally, I just posted it on my post today. It's my Goddess Gang journal that I just released. Well, it's a reel, but on one of the little clips, right? It's an Apple News article that came up talking about dark empaths hiding in plain sight. Like, y'all, this is not a fucking joke. Like, if the people that's really pushing propaganda, real news, Fox, you know, all these different things is pushing that, like, this means that this is something that we need to pay attention to. Because when they're even pushing this shit, it's like, okay, well, then most people who like act like, oh, that's a conspiracy. Well, is it a conspiracy if it's on real news? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's empower ourselves and stop acting like this shit is normal. It's not fucking normal, and it's not normal for you to be fucking preyed on by people. It's time for us to stop acting like this shit is cool, right? Like especially as women, a lot of times we will turn the blind eye to abusers, and we won't put them on the block to let them know, like, yeah, this one or that, this person doing it, that person doing that. You see what I'm saying? But it's not about telling, but it's like, it's about, if you feeling moved to say something about something you experienced, right, and then you don't, that's a problem, because you're putting somebody else over what is needed for you in your spirit to heal that, or to overcome that, or whatever it is that you feeling moved to do about it. But we got to learn that we are not going to just allow ourselves to be victimized anymore to this shit. Like, we're taking, you know what I'm saying, the power back. We're taking our power back. Call your power back. If you got people manipulating you, drawing you energy from here and there, if you are unstable, you can't even keep up. You're confused all the time about which route to go. Like, you have this inner conflict all the time and things like that. That's fucking witchcraft. That's spiritual attacks. That's shit that people are evil eyeing against you, that they don't want to see they don't want to see you thriving. They don't want to see you in living your highest timeline. You see what I'm saying? So these are things that you have to have a level of awareness of, okay? I'll be paying attention to the ops. You see what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, just there's an example, because there was this guy, he was like my homeboy, right? I really thought this is somebody I could trust, right? And like, I'm literally, this person at this point in time is helping me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm looking at like, oh man, especially when people are lending a helping hand when you're having a tough time, you tend to be you are overly appreciated, because you're like, not even my own, whatever. You're helping me in a situation where maybe somebody that's closer to me is not. You see what I'm saying? So you're giving them all the glory and appreciation and stuff like that, right? And that's kind of how I was moving, because I really did appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really going through a tough time. And like, I would just notice like little shit, because like we talked about, narcissists will give you shit. Narcissists will, it's called love bombing. They're gonna do whatever to get you to feel like they can be trusted, right? And then as soon as they see like, oh, okay, now I got her in the most vulnerable situation, she can't even go anywhere if she wanted to. I'm about to show them who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you got to deal with the bullshit that comes with this narcissist. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when I was doing a ritual, and I had, you have those 7-day candles that you let burn, and I remember it was a full moon, and I had just came back from the full moon. I had been talking to him about spirituality. He already knew what I was into when it came to spirituality, and I told him what it represented and everything. When I tell you, this bitch blew my motherfucking candle out, you see what I'm saying? Like, and I like after maybe like, it's probably like about to be, it was like the candle had gotten low, but I had been letting that candle just burn down for days. You see what I'm saying? And at first, it's like in my intuition told me to place the candle somewhere, but I placed them. At first, they was out on the balcony, right? But then I wanted to bring them in because it was raining and stuff, and I didn't want the flame to go out. So I brought them in the house and put them in the kitchen. And like one day, like I just was just not even paying attention. I looked over and my fucking candle was blew out. And I was like, did you blow my fucking candle? Like, I was so mad, because it's like, I knew you did that with intention, bitch. Like, you knew I told you. So why would you blow my fucking candle out, you dusty ass motherfucker? Let me see. I just left out the gym and seen you were live, and these people were on the corner giving away food and wanted to pray with me and tell me that my spirit and God wants to use me, and know that I healed and overcame. It's just showing me that even though I've been isolated, as soon as I come out, God shows me he's here no matter what I've been through, and I love it. Girl, I fucking love it too for you, baby. I love it. Like, it just makes, like, I want, what I'm saying? I'm feeling emotional about it. You see what I'm saying? I love that. And it's like, that happens a lot, right? You be on my live, and then boom, next thing you're outside, and everybody's like, so this is just God giving you confirmation. You see what I'm saying? To let you know that you're on the right path. You see what I'm saying? So you just keep doing what you're doing, sis. You see what I'm saying? It's like now that our like us as empaths, like we've been beat up so fucking much. We done beat down so much against people who are either narcissistic or have some demon attachments, these different things. And it's like that beat us down a little bit to where maybe it beat down our confidence a little bit. Maybe it made us like not push ourselves as much as we really should, or maybe it delayed our blessings, but nothing for you will ever miss you, baby. So just because they delayed your blessings, sometimes God will send people in to delay your blessings just because they're waiting, because God wants you to be ready for it. Like if you're not ready for your blessings, God not gonna let them come in, because God don't want to bless you with something that you just gonna give all to these fucking demon attachments that's around you, because you so giving, you so loving, and you want to do something for the same motherfuckers that plotted and prayed on your motherfucking downfall. You see what I'm saying? It's making me cry, and I hate feeling like crying is weak, but it's so much joy I feel. Let me tell you, crying is a release, and it is like God. My thing is, when you cry, you are releasing a builder, and these are happy tears. Okay, these are happy tears, and so when you have happy tears, baby, that's a blessing. That's a release. Do not ever feel bad about crying. But I'm like, we're Aquarius. Me and you, I know you, we both Aquarius, and we don't like to display our emotions. Like if we cry, we want to be in private. We don't want to be out and everybody trying to ask us, well, what's wrong? Like when in reality, we don't even want to be bothered while we crying. So that's like, we don't want the attention, you know what I'm saying, that it brings. But yes, release that shit, sis. And yes, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you, God, for the confirmation. All praise is due to the Most High. Okay. So at the end of the day, hey Marley, I'm on the live. Relax. Okay. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We are not about to waste no time and play no games with these narcissists, these people. So it's like we got to start getting even to the point where we are ready and open to tell somebody like it is. Okay, we bring the Queen of Swords energy. Okay, hold on, let me let him out because he's throwing the energy and the flow off. Okay, go. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you just want to ensure, like, right, we're in a place where we're empowered, okay? We're not giving our power away to these people who are manipulated, and we're also getting to the point where we don't have a problem with calling it out when we see it. We don't have a problem, like, we used to be like, we don't want to assume. Nah, our intuition is strong enough that we're not assuming shit. This is my truth. My intuition said it, that's what it is. And we letting the intuition have the last say in the matter. Okay, we're no longer ready or concerned, or no longer in a space where we doubt in our intuition. You see what I'm saying? That's when we give away our power. When we doubt our intuition, we doubt that gut feeling, right? Because we just want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt because we love them. But do they love us back? Do they love us back? Okay, I don't think so. But like, y'all, mimics, right? There's one other thing I'm gonna talk about, mimics, and then I'm gonna start pulling some cards, right? But with the mimics, y'all, like I'm gonna tell y'all a story about this because it's the weirdest thing I ever had. But yes, mimics, okay? Because I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie The Mimic. This is an alien movie, okay? The Mimic, it was about like some type of parasitic alien, though. It was an alien, quote unquote, but alien. Have you ever seen Aliens versus what is it called? Damn, I can't even remember. It was on, used to be on the Aliens versus, was it Aliens versus Demons, or like Ancient Aliens? That's what it was called on the National Geographic channel. And that show, like, and so yes, when we talk about aliens, right, we could also be talking about demons. They're interchangeable, okay? So in this movie called Mimic, right, there was this parasitic alien that would jump into people, and then they would be a parasite, but they would be a human, right? You'd be a human form, but within this parasite is dictating and controlling what they do. You see what I'm saying? So that's what this is about, y'all. And I literally had an experience. Now, okay, I can't say from for sure from what I know that this person was a mimic, right? But his behavior was so off that it reminded me of this movie. So something, he had some type of attachment to this motherfucker. Hey, Ule Bombay, Linga, Shoni, thank you so much for joining the live, love. So yeah, like this person, okay, so y'all, I'm gonna try to tell us this story short, right? So I met this person at work. He was cool. He was fashionable, like, one thing I did used to always notice about him is that I could never read him energetically. Like he just was very monotone in the facial expression and everything. So that wasn't really weird to me then, because I wasn't as into my empathic spirituality, like where I was trying to tap in and understand energy like that. So it was just, everybody was just normal to me then. So this is back in like 2000 and like 13, maybe 14 or whatnot. I'm working at this job, and like during this time, like I my I don't know if I think my car had something wasn't working with my car, right? And I found out through work that this guy lived right next to me, right? He lived next door to me. Give me a second. The guy lived next door to me, and the guy lived next door to me. He didn't live right next door to me. He lived in the he lived in the apartments next to mine, right? And so, hey, Vibration Indeed. Hey, Miss Tay Tay 13. Thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, like he lived in the apartments next door to my apartments, right? And so we worked together. And it just so happened that my car, there was something up with my car, and something was up with his license, right? So we talked, we was like, okay, well, bet. We'll help each other get back and forth to work since we live right next door to each other. He was like, you can just drive my car. We'll go to work together. Boom. So yes. Hello, honey. So yeah, and it's like, so we did that, right? And it worked for us. And like we became real tight off that, because we wasn't even really cool. Of course we were co-workers, but I knew him up from work, but we weren't tight. But that built a connection, right? So anyway, long story short, he ended up starting to work at Coca-Cola or something after a couple months. So like he just disappeared off the face of the earth. I don't know what happened to him, right? So, but I would always think about him, because I was like, damn, that was my homie, like, whatever. But it is what it is. So like maybe like 3 years, 4 years later, right? On Facebook, he randomly hits me up on Facebook, and I'm just so ecstatic, like, oh my gosh, like I've been thinking about you. I'm so glad to hear from you, like whatever. He's like, oh well, let's link up and this and that. And I'm like, okay, bet, like where you at? But he's telling me like, I gotta come pick him up from somewhere and this and that. And I'm just kind of like, but I'm not even thinking nothing negative, because I'm like, that was the homie, like, we was able to look out for each other. I know, I'm not thinking nothing negative about it. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll come swoop you or whatever. So I go pick up this guy, and he is, like I said, the energy is totally different from who he was when I met him 4 years prior, right? So he was a totally different person, okay? Now, with him being a total different person, I still was going to be that empathic person that wasn't going to, like, judge. You know what I'm saying? I'm still kind of, like, trying to figure out what's going on, but he's not really giving me much. You see what I'm saying? But it's like he looked like he'd been through some shit. Like he had been, what do they call that when you like you got a backpack, you're like a backpacker or something like that. You just be on the road, like that's how he was looking when I picked him up. And I just was like, but because off the strength of that, how the relationship built, you see what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, he helped me when I was going through some shit. So if he going through some shit right now, like I don't have a problem with helping him go through some shit. So that's kind of how it was. So I took on that responsibility. But like I would notice like little weird shit while he was staying with me, y'all. And I was just kind of like, y'all. Like, well, first of all, before he even started staying with me, what was weird was that when I went to go get him, he wasn't even supposed to stay with me. He was paying for me to come get him and take him over his sister's house. But y'all, his sister would not even let him stay there. So that should have been the first fucking red flag. And you see what I mean? How we don't pay attention to shit. But at the same time, like, since I come from a place where my own, like, I don't have a tight knitted relationship, like as far as like support system from family. So like when other people are dealing with that, I'm not gonna look at that as a negative thing. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, shit, if your own sister don't fuck with you, because like shit, I've experienced my own family not fucking with me. So like I'm not gonna judge you from that. So that wasn't a red flag for me. But maybe it should have been, you know, at the time. But anyway, long story short, here's how what happened where he was doing a little weird shit, right? Like I remember it was like I said, he was very monotone with his energy. I could not read him. I would have to be like, "Are you okay?" Like, and there was little things that I was noticing. Like he did, I had to help him fill out an application, to get a job, and like I helped him get his license reinstated. But it was things that I was helping him do that I was like, you didn't have a problem getting a job when I met you. Like, you had a job, you left, and you went to go work for Coca-Cola. Like, why now you don't know how to fill out an application or these things that I'm having to help you with? Like, what happened to you in between this window of time that I have not seen you? Like, what the fuck what's been going on with you? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, this man, like, low-key, I remember having a pep talk, just kind of letting them know, like, hey, I was like, you need to lift your vibration. You know what I'm saying? Smile more. Da, da, da. Y'all, I swear everything I love, after I said that, like, I would notice, like he would, when he would smile, it would be very fake. It would be like it gave, like, are you a fucking, like, clone? Like, what the fuck are you? I don't know, y'all. I swear on everything I love, though, this was the weirdest situation I ever experienced with someone, because like his energy was just so it was not human energy, and it felt very mimicky, because like even like him being around me, he started to kind of embody my style, and I'm like, I'm a whole woman, so why are you trying to dress like me? But not meaning like he would like he wouldn't wear clothes, like feminine clothes, but like, you know, I was on the spiritual wave. I would have a lot of my Rasta colors on. I would wear like little those Rasta, you know, those Jamaican hats. You know, the fake Jamaican hats that got the dreadlocks on them. But I wouldn't have the fake dreadlocks on. I would, but the big poofy part with the little like that, like this little shit I would rock. You know, that would be different. And then I noticed he started doing that shit, and I would be like, it was just weird, y'all. So like, this is just me explaining from experience, because I've dealt with the most craziest things that you would never even experience with narcissism, with dark empaths, with empty fucking clone vessel type motherfucker soulless beings. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we got to recognize that this is happening, especially now that the veil is being lifted. We're being closer, like you know, they're talking about all these different elements where we're moving closer to the sun. We're all, you know, some people are saying we're in a whole nother fucking galaxy, or we're doing this now, you know, all of these dimensions are merging, and you know, so now we're getting to this point where we need to have a level of awareness that weirdo shit is happening. Veils are being lifted. Portals are being opened. Entities are being dropped into this fucking realm. You see what I'm saying? And we don't know what these weird energies, where they come from, or what they're here to do. But people who are soulless beings, people who are walking around taking potions, drinking all the time. Alcohol is a potion to let spirits in. You see what I'm saying? So like, that's why it's so rampant, right? So much people are probably having these attachments because they're just out willy-nilly in it, not protecting themselves spiritually and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reality of it. You know what I mean? So I just want people to bring this awareness, y'all. It's weird, though, shit happening. And until we start looking at it for what it is, and we not just thinking, oh, this is a one-off situation. Nah, it's more, it ain't just one-off. This shit is actually happening, okay? So let's pay attention and let's act like it. Hey, act like you know. Let's act like you know. What? That was figuring I see like a bitch. Welcome to the live. She came right on time, okay? Act like you motherfucking know, okay? That's crazy. Yes, y'all. So let me go ahead and start pulling some cards. And I'm actually going to use some of my new decks, y'all, because I really want to start breaking these decks in. And actually, I got some really dope decks. You see what I'm saying? And that also kind of resonate and relate to what we've been talking about with the dark empaths and narcissism and things like that, to kind of give some more insight, okay? So we're going to pull a few cards. Spirit, what messages do we have? Okay, so yeah, this is already saying yes. We taking new action. We're moving forward. This is new beginnings, though. This is like new beginnings and passion too. If you're something you're passionate about and you're starting a new, push forward in that. Okay, when you start getting these divine downloads of like different actions to take, write that shit down and really start going in on it, because God is in a place where He is giving us these divine downloads. Okay, that is going to empower us, you know, spiritually, empower us to just in as far as our divine path and journey and purpose and things like that. So it's like, don't ignore these divine downloads that are coming in, okay? Because see, this is what happens, right? We literally have like if we have or coming from a place of lack, because this is like a lack mentality. Okay, when we have that, it limits, right, what we can create. It limits the things that we can pursue when it comes to, like, you know what, I have this new epiphany, but like this is coming in and saying, but I don't have, the means, though. I don't have the money right now, da 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 da. This is saying, no, you have what you need. You just need to take action. This is new beginnings in action. So start taking new action, because you having this lack mentality is not going to allow you to get forward into what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, this is also the energy of somebody who may think like this is very a narcissistic energy too, because a lot of times this can be somebody who thinks more of themselves than who they really are. And that's like a lot of times narcissists have that egotistical mindset where they're ego based, and it's not even based in any type of truth, based in any type of thing about who they really are as a person. Okay. And yes, this is all about releasing the low vibrational energy. It's about releasing those things that hold us and tie us to the path, okay? Because this is like, we got two aces. This is all about new beginnings. This is about turning your back on the old shit. Like, when we're dealing with narcissism, the sooner you can say, oh, hell no, baby, I'm turning my back to this shit. I'm not about to play with y'all, okay? Soon as you start turning your back to this shit, that's when these new beginnings just come out of nowhere. New blessings just come out of nowhere. Hey, Frankie, Willow, and me, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, so that's what happens. It's like you start turning your back to the lack, right? The lack of love, the lack of support from certain people, the lack of, like, damn, you were supposed to be my person, right? But we are just saying, rest in peace to that, and we're moving forward. Hey, pettier than average, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, but we're saying, we're turning our back to those things, and we are moving forward, because this is about aces. Okay, when we have new revelations, we take new actions towards what it is that are really and truly in alignment with us, because narcissists are not. That's not who really, like, narcissists come in and they just try to fake it till they make it, right? But it's like, you're not about to fake it till you make it and praying on my motherfucking energy. I think not, honey. Okay, but this is you knowing exactly what is due to come to you. Like, this is you always walking in that purpose of fulfillment, even with empty cups, even with your cups not filled. You always still had a feelness of feeling fulfilled, right? Because you was allowing the Most High to take the lead when it came to your spirituality, when it came to your guidance, right? When it came to you coming to situations and you confused on how to move forward, you said, I'm gonna sit here in stillness, and I'm gonna know that the Most High is going to send me He's going to give me that intuitive nudge, you know what I'm saying, to make me feel inspired, to let me know which way to be guided, okay? To guide me, okay? Because this is about you putting the work in. You've overcome a fucking lot, okay? You've accomplished so much despite whatever grief, okay? Despite of whatever lack was going on in your life, okay? You still put in the work despite that, and it didn't stop you. It didn't slow you down, baby. And that's what it's about. You have a level of resilience. When we're empaths and we overcome that and we heal from all of the damage that's been perpetuated against us, we become so powerful, right? That work that we put in really empowers us to where it pushes us, and it says, you know what, it's like, this has been a long journey, but you're still destined and guaranteed to get the outcome of the work that you put in, because that work just didn't go, no, it's not just about to disappear just because some kind of narcissist or empath is trying to destiny swap or trying to siphon your energy. Like, your blessings are your blessings, okay? Like I said, all they can do is try to delay the blessing, but the blessing coming regardless. But at the end of the day, don't give in to what they're doing, because you don't want your blessings delayed, okay? What is it? It's my money and I want it now. It's my abundance and I want it now. It's my prosperity and I want it now. And I'm not about to sit here and be delayed, okay? This is me being the queen of wands, standing in my power, knowing my beauty, knowing that within myself, within my heart is pure, is passion, okay? I pursue the things that I love and I nurture those things. And that's why these narcissists are so fucked up about you, because they try to understand, like, well, how the fuck do she just have all this love to give?
even when I just dogged her the fuck out and beat her the fuck down and try to make her feel less about her motherfucking self, but she still is just this loving person, and she's not damaged like me. She's not has this empty void like me. Like, what the fuck? It's like they're upset trying to figure out like, how the fuck, how come I can't knock her off her throne? Why can't I knock her off her throne? Like, what is this about, right? And then as soon as God peeps that type of energy, these people are set against you. What do we say about the tower? We shaking shit up and we're saying, nope. You see them people's falling from the tower. We not having it. God gonna come. See, here's the thing. We'll be sitting around playing along. You see what I'm saying? And trying to see the good in folks and shit like that. But God will say, baby. You, first of all, don't turn no blind eye to what the fuck's really happening here, okay? Still, open your eyes. Don't be blinded by the bullshit and the deceit, okay? But if you are blinded, God, exactly. God gonna say, he's gonna knock it out, because God don't want his children suffering, especially when, you know what I'm saying, it's like spell work being done and people trying to manipulate you and deceive you, and you're not making that's not your free will decision. You made a decision that was not based out of free will. You see what I'm saying? It was based out of manipulation, deceit, deception, okay, finessing. And so God said, not my child, baby. Not mine, honey. Okay? Now, the Page of Cups is about you, like, rebuilding that emotional space and stability within, where you're unwavering and unaffected by people, okay? But this could be somebody this is about immaturity, too. So this could be just me, like, you maybe needing to build on that, right? Because we talk about having this spiritual sovereignty, right? Or just having like a stillness within where nobody can move us, okay? Because these types of energies will come and try to move you. They'll come and try to interfere with you emotionally, or they'll try to come and deceive you, and they'll try to like come in acting like they got something for you. But all it is like, this is just like taking a gift from somebody who put a fucking dark curse on, like somebody gift you a crystal, but they charged it with some dark demonic energy to ruin your whole fucking life. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is what this is about. People trying to come in and disguise it under help, but they're really trying to sabotage your whole life, your whole situation, because, for whatever reason, because whatever they feel like it's going to benefit them in some kind of way, shape, or form, okay? Yeah. And so when it comes to the Page of Pentacles, once again, like these Page of Pentacles, like these narcissists be immature. They don't be ready for what it is. Like, you're a whole fucking queen. You're a whole fucking goddess. You're on your motherfucking throne. And these are pages that they're not on your level, right? Here's another thing that empaths do. We settle for less sometimes because we're just so looking into the potential of some shit, or because we're so blinded by the lies and the deceit, and the motherfucker putting a love spell on you, so you just kind of like, okay, and you just being guided by the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing. We got to stop settling for less, because now that we know our worth, we know our value, and we know that they see it too, and they was just playing on our own kindness. You know what I'm saying? Hell no, we're not settling for less no more. We're not trying to see motherfuckers' potentials and shit. We're not looking for, oh, well, he could be so, I believe in him. Nah, bitch, fuck that. God gonna send us a divine counterpart. This God gonna send you somebody that actually matches the energy that you possess. Not you trying to settle and lower your royalty for a fucking peasant. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is all about you standing in your God body frequency, so that way he can usher in your divine counterpart that's going to come into your life and walk that path with you. Okay, not somebody that's going to block you from your path, because that's what these narcissists been doing. They come in and just stop you because they know that you can be that vessel within to empower so many other light beings. Okay, and it's the devil's job to hinder that, to slow that down, to get in the way of that. They're gonna, and since these narcissists have these attachments to them, that's how they do that. They slow you down and stop you from your greatness. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, once you allow that to happen, then we not allowing it to happen. No, that's what we're saying. We walking away. We even letting them think that they won, right? Because some of them, they've been plotting on you the whole time. And then it's like when you all of a sudden you walk away, right? They're kind of surprised, like, what? You're what? You're walking away from me? Like, but it's like you just let them think they won. So because you know my peace is more important. My safety is more important. Like, I'm not going to match your energy because that's just going to see, like, let's say if we match the narcissist energy and they did some fucked up shit and we did some fucked up shit back. All that's doing is giving them that smear. We're fueling their smear campaign because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring that out of you so they can be a reflection to you, to show you that, look, you're just like me. Like, that's what they want to do. But that's what you have to do. You continue to prove who you are, okay? And everything like that. But that don't mean display a weakness either. You still standing in your power, but it's like, my power is not me getting all enraged, because when you get all enraged, you're not in control. It's about having a force of control, a force of power, a force of boundaries, okay? But in a way that it's still graceful. It's still like the strength card where you are handling it gracefully to where it cannot be deceived and manipulated and turned into, because it's a certain frequency and vibration that comes with grace and how you handle things, right? So you have to think about that, you know what I'm saying, when you're thinking about retaliation and things like that. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, Ace of Pentacles is all about blessings coming in, new beginnings, okay? And you got every ace out here except the Ace of Cups. So I'm sure that's going to be coming out. You see what I'm saying? But this is like new beginning in love, new beginning in finances, new beginning in pursuit of new projects and actions and all of that. It's like, this may have empowered you. You see what I'm saying? When you get in situations that try to break you down and you start to learn your lessons from it, you give it a space to actually empower you and build you up, and you get this inspiration, you know what I'm saying, that's going to push you further, that's going to keep you in alignment with your path and your purpose. You see what I'm saying? Spirit, what else? What else, Spirit? What else? Yeah. See, this is the Hierophant is all about, this can be a narcissist, okay? Because narcissists are all about do what I say, do what you're told with no questions asked, okay? Like, they don't want you to use your intuition. They don't want you to use your higher perspective. They want you to look at them. This is somebody we just talked about earlier about the God complex, okay? Somebody that wants you to just blindly believe in them. You see what I'm saying? That's trying to direct you and tell you how you're supposed to live your life. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, we not going for that. I know what's best for me, and I see that you don't have best intentions for me. So why would I follow you? Okay, this is all about being like super religious. Okay, this is about like propaganda, the status quo. You being caught up in, you know what I'm saying, what it's like you can't really see the truth. You're not gonna consider a conspiracy theory as the truth. You know what I'm saying? You're caught up in the propaganda and, you know, everything like that. So that's how narcissists, that's a lot of times how you can identify a narcissist too. Because, you know, it's like they want you to blindly believe in them, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, I'm not blindly believing in anything. Like, at this point, you done already showed me who you are. You see what I'm saying? Spirit, what other messages do we have? Spirit, what other messages do we have? So yeah, y'all, this is about the journey, and this is you turning your backs away from, this could very well been, a lot of times narcissists, we love them, right? We love them. We really desired whatever we thought something was, right? When they were love bombing us, when they was making us believe in this, this love that y'all was supposed to have, or when they was whatever form of manipulation that they was doing, whatever witchcraft, what I'm saying, mind fuckery that they was trying to play on you, right? You had an emotional connection to those things. You still had care and concern and love for this person, but it's like you still had to turn your back because you're following, like, this is like a pursuit of happiness. It's like, if this ain't making me happy, if this is not fulfilling me, I'm gonna have to take a journey and just turn my back and go towards something that I know is going to bring me some peace within, right? This is isolation. This is solitude. This is having to separate yourself, y'all. I cannot press this issue as much as I do when it comes to the isolation phase. Isolation and solitude. When God puts you through that and you move through it in the way that God, that you are, when you're connected to the Most High, and you guys are having this connection of whatever that is, you see what I'm saying? This is what breaks you away from this codependency, because that's typically what tends to happen, right? When you're codependent, you attract a narcissist. Okay, now codependency is what will a lot of times lead you there. Okay, so when you get put, or you may be forced, or you may willingly go into isolation and solitude, and when you do, it detaches you from codependency, because then you realize, like, damn, all I really ever needed was God. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Jay Tyson 54, thank you so much for the live, or joining the live. But yeah, like, you notice how much God had your back when you didn't have a damn soul, you didn't have nobody. So it relieves you from codependency, because you be like, shit, I don't need a soul, I don't need shit, I don't need nobody, because God been making sure I've been straight this whole time. To where you release those ties and those bonds of codependency, where you feel like you need somebody, and then you don't really tend to settle as much anymore, because then you realize, like, you know what, God, thank you, God, for showing me. Because a lot of times all these things that these people did was bring conflict, you know what I mean, and trouble and turmoil and things like that. So when God isolated you from those people, and you felt this level of peace, you felt this level of clarity, you know what I'm saying? You felt like, damn, I know myself more than I ever known myself. Like, all of these people were just distractions in my life, so I couldn't even really see what God had for me or what my purpose was, because I was so lost in everybody else's purpose. I was so lost in what everybody else was doing that I couldn't even see what God had for me. You see what I'm saying? So that's why isolation be necessary sometimes, because you'll be distracted with everybody else, right? And then this is what comes. You feel me? Like, this is the best card in the deck. This is like wholeness, happiness. This is life force vitality. This is peace. This is overcoming, challenging, like being ecstatic. This is celebration. Okay? This is what happens when you go through that dark night of the soul, because that's what that's called too. When you have to go into isolation, you have to go through your darkness, and you have to go and look at yourself at the complete raw authenticity of what it is. You see what I'm saying? And God strips you of all of the things that have been a distraction. That's when this comes in. But it's like God gotta put you through that. God gotta put you through that first before you really receive this. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times God will put us through the shit that we don't want, so we know what this is for us. Some of us don't even know what will truly fulfill us, what will really truly make us happy. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes it takes, like I be saying, it takes getting beat the fuck up a little bit, getting broke down. God will break us down and build us up. And that's the only person that should be able to do that. If anybody else is trying to do that, like, there's no narcissist. Like I said, most people with God complexes are the ones that's trying to come in and break you down and build you up. The Most High is the only person that should be able, or they're not the person, of course. God is the most powerful force. But, like, yeah, it's like people that try to break you down and build you up, them is the narcissistic people. You see what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. There's too many cards, y'all. This deck, I'm still trying to break this deck in. So hard to shuffle these cards. Spirit, let me shuffle you a little bit. Spirit, what messages do we have to add on to this? these new cards, y'all. Use a few of these new cards. But yeah. What else, Spirit? I'm gonna just take those for now. All right. Yeah. So we have followed the spark. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. Like when we go within, right? And we're following that light within. Okay. We're following the light within. And you know what I'm saying? We're when you follow that light within, and like I say, and I also look at like back in the day when our ancestors used to like look to the stars, you know what I'm saying, to know that they were going in the right direction and stuff like that. This is so much this. This is us like thinking about paying attention to the ancestors. You see what I'm saying? Because I know it was my ancestors that was protecting me too. You see what I'm saying? There was a lot of symbolism and synchronicity that was keeping me covered, and it was like me seeing the synchronicity in certain ancestors that I knew was looking after me and they was helping me along the way. And you know what I'm saying? This could be also maybe, if you're not if you haven't, what do they call it, an altar, right? Having an altar to be able to give grace and thanks to our ancestors that are watching over us. Hey, Jay Madai, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, but this is like I said, it's about following that inner light. You see what I'm saying? Follow the spark, the things that are empowering us. And that's on over the top of the Ace of Wands, where it's just like that Ace of Wands is that divine download. You got a new project that's coming in. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of guiding you towards something. A lot of times our inspiration, our creativity is God-given, sparking something within us, right? To push us towards the destined path. You see what I'm saying? So we got to follow those. You know what I'm saying? Because like the next card that we got was rest, right? Sometimes we need to slow down, meditate, do that self-care work, okay? If we need to take a spiritual bath too, because like I told y'all before this live, I did a spiritual bath. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that really puts you in a space of connectivity to the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And He will damn open you up. You see what I'm saying? And guide you. Like I always ask God, please use me as a vessel. Allow me to, spread your light, you know what I'm saying, to others and things like that. And when you take a spiritual bath, a lot of times that really clears you up to have like that mental clarity to be a vessel. You see what I'm saying? But this is also just about bringing yourself inner peace, especially when you've been dealing with a lot of toxicity, okay? Or if you've been dealing with lack mentality, because this kind of came over this. So it's just like you had, like we're like the magicians where we have everything that we need sometimes, but we'll have this lack mentality where we feel like we don't have everything that we need, okay? But when we come to stillness and peace, we realize, damn, I really do have everything that I need. I may not have everything that I desire, everything that I want, but if I have everything that I need. And we got to learn to put ourselves in a frequency of understanding of that, okay? So we can open up our abundance, okay? Now, this could be daydreaming about low vibrational things, being negative. Like, let's stop highlighting the negative things that are going on in our life. Let's stop giving that energy to the things that aren't working, right? You know how it's so easy to get caught up in things that don't work out for us, right? But when things do work out for us, do we give it that much energy? Nah, we just really move on to the next thing because we're like, oh, okay, like we got to start giving the energy to the things that we're blessing, right? But this is also about daydreaming and stuff like that. So I don't know if sometimes like you may get caught off guard because you're just focusing on the wrong things, and you know what I'm saying, and then it's like you're not really paying attention to the downloads or the Most High or like the synchronicity and things, okay? So this is like, don't get caught up in daydreaming about the things that didn't work out. Daydream about the blessings and turn around to find the things that actually are working in your favor, okay? Because with shadow work coming in, that's what that's about. Shadow work is always about going within and facing the darkness that we're going through, okay? But then shining light on that, right? We're not just going into the darkness to dwell in the darkness. Okay, we're going in the darkness to test the light out, the light that we have within, and it grows brighter and brighter and brighter, right? And that's what leads us out of that darkness. But if we just go into the darkness and just dwell and linger there like this, right? We never turn around to face these cups to say, you know what? Thank you, God. You put me in this darkness for me to gain perspective, and now I have a higher perspective. You see what I'm saying? And now I'm better. Now I know that these cups is about to be filled now because now I've done the work to see, like I said, when I talked about the isolation phase, right? Going into that isolation phase. That's shadow work is isolation a lot of times, where you just have to separate yourself so you can see what it really is. You know what I mean? Who you really are in essence, okay? And then boom, that's when you pop out and show niggas. You see what I'm saying? Like once you healed and you glowing and you know what I'm saying, now it's like you gotta pop out and show niggas, because it's like now you can empower other people. Now you can indulge in the things that you learned along the way. Now you can now you create and manifest from a higher place, from a more healed place. Okay, so now you're getting to indulge in the things that you really was daydreaming about, that wasn't the low vibrational things, but the beautiful things that you wanted to manifest and envision. Okay, now you're able to indulge in those things because you went through that dark night of the soul. You faced those demons, you faced those things that you know you needed to heal. You relinquished the bad habits, the things that were holding you back. You decided that you were no longer going to dibble and dabble in the low vibrational frequency foods, or the low vibrational frequency bad habits and things like that. You leveled up and said, you know what, it's time to indulge. And even though you look on here and it's like donuts and chocolate and shit, like, nah, we not on that. We eating, you know what I'm saying, vegan chocolate chip cookies and cake and shit that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the healthy version, though. We're not just indulging, because indulging can be unhealthy if you're indulging, overindulging, and indulging in the wrong things. You see what I'm saying? So it can be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing. So pay attention to how you're indulging, okay? Because if we're overindulging, we need to find that balance. You see what I'm saying? So let's find the balance, okay? What else, Spirit? Let's find that balance, y'all. What else? What else, Spirit? Yes, because when we find that balance, that's when our abundance comes in, okay? That's when it's like we're able to manifest from a place, a wholeness place, okay? Not manifesting, because sometimes we'll manifest things that aren't good for us because it's coming from the lack part of us, okay? Like, you know how sometimes we'll accept relationships because we just feel alone. We're like lonely and we ain't been in a relationship in a while, and you know, they're fun, you know, we were having a good time fucking. We'll just do that to entertain ourselves for the moment. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's things that we can't allow ourselves to get into anymore, where we just allow things to happen because of, we're bored, and no, we gotta wait for what we know is for us, because we know there's abundance coming in, okay? And we talked about that divine partnership in the Lover's card coming in, where you are actually going to be receiving that divine partnership, that person that is really destined to be in alignment with your journey, with your purpose, with your path. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, let's not indulge in the wrong things, okay, where we like almost block the abundance that's due to come in because we overindulging in things that are not good for us, or just space fillers, time fillers, right? We're not doing that no more. We're not filling time and space with void, or people with void. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Problem Solver 42, welcome to the live, love. Yeah, because now we in our motherfucking bag. Like, when it comes to abundance and in our bag, that means you got some money. Like, you got some money coming in or some blessings coming in, okay? But this is because we decided that we were not going to overindulge. Hey, Moolah DYC, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Right, because we decided that we weren't going to overindulge in the things that we know were not good for us. We're going to actually focus on the things and pour into ourselves, right? And that's when that abundance is going to come in, okay? Because in your bag came next. So it's like you are in your bag, you're in your creative space, right? Abundance and creativity is like when we working on our like sacral chakra energy, our creativity, okay? That's about what we can create. It's not always about the womb and birthing life. You know what I'm saying? It's also about just our creative ability to manifest and things like that, okay? And a lot of times it's like it takes us to undress ourselves and become completely vulnerable to who we are and what we are as a person, okay? To get us in a space where we are just really manifesting abundantly. Because if we don't undress ourselves and we let the egos, right, we let the outside sources, the materialistic things cover us, right, and make us be in this space where we're not being our true authentic selves, right? That is what keeps us from us being in our bag. That is what keeps us from our abundance, because it's like you're not even living up to your authentic self. You see what I'm saying? So this is about being undressing the facades and the inauthenticity of things, okay? Releasing that and becoming our true vulnerable selves and releasing attachments, okay? Because attachments come in after this, okay? And it's like when we talked about, and you know, this is like to me like the devil card, for like, just because the devil card is about releasing unhealthy attachments, okay? Hey, Freddie H, thank you so much for joining the live again, love. So yeah, it's like releasing these attachments, okay? Because when you release the attachments of things, of people, when you release low vibrational bad habits and people that you know are not good for you, or you know, lack mentality. Sometimes the attachments is of our own doing. We don't always have to point the finger at other people. Sometimes it's our own doing that we have to detach from, okay? But this is also, this is giving materialism, right? Some people are just super materialistic and they don't even have a value unless they have things, right? They hold their value based on what things do they have, right? When knowing that these things lose value as soon as you take them out the store, okay? They're not even the same value anymore. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why are we allowing things outside of self to create the value of who we are, okay? This is somebody that doesn't really have much self-value besides, you know, their things. Now this could be about like hoarding, right? You know, people that just hoard shit, like that's definitely like a sign of an attachment too. Like when you're a hoarder and you just, your whole house is just fucked up and you got shit everywhere, like that is the need to learn how, the art of detachment, okay? That is something that an empath will learn throughout their life, is how to release things, okay? Because I've had so many experiences where I've been stripped of every motherfucking thing that I've owned. And it took for me the first time for me to just be like, learn that I had to detach from it because it had so much energetic control over me. Like I was upset all the time. I was like never happy. I was anxious. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get my shit back? All this. And when I said, nigga, it can be replaced. Like my life, I still have my life. I still have my vitality. I still have my creativity. I still can manifest. I can manifest new things. You see what I'm saying? When I released that, I became more powerful. It was no longer holding me back. People got to learn how to detach from shit, because when you hold on to it, that's what you're giving control. Okay. Hey, Vizo Mania, thank you so much for joining the live, right? And so, you know, once we release attachments and we realize that the art of detachment is almost like a power, then we'll release things that no longer serve us, and we'll stop holding on to shit because of either the title that they have, or because of, you know, even sometimes we'll hold on to things that have sentimental value, which, okay, that's a great thing. Hold on to things that have sentimental value. But the reality is, if you sit here and you observed over this thing that has sentimental value, and you're trying to, like, you know how sometimes you'll go through things and you're trying to minimalize and release things, and you just, it's hard to release stuff. Like, you know, like, let's, even when you're just trying to organize, you're trying to clean your house, and it's like you have all these things that have you're attached to, but you want to minimalize. You don't want to sit and have all these things holding you down to one place. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want to see things. So it's like learning how to detach from things is so powerful, okay? Also, divine timing is at play with things. So we have to understand the power of divine timing, because what happens if we don't have the power of divine timing, then what ends up happening, or not the power of divine timing, but if we don't have the awareness of divine timing, a lot of time what will happen is that we'll be in a place where we'll be sitting here trying to force things to happen, right? We'll try to continue to force things, and we're like, well, you know, we want it to happen now, but we realize that we don't really have any power over when things happen for us, especially if it's divinely orchestrated and it's meant for us. But it is like, if it's not happening in the time that we want it to happen, we have to start thinking about divine timing. Because when we start thinking about divine timing, then we'll start to not be so hard on ourselves when things don't work out. We won't give up so quick. We'll just keep pushing because we know, oh, it's just a matter of time, right? Relove 129 said, we don't need materials. We have tools. Big facts. Like, we have all the tools within us and a lot of times around us. You see what I'm saying? But it's like when we're detaching and let's say we don't even have nothing. Like, we don't have nothing but just our divine vessel. That's all the fuck we need. Okay? Period. Point blank. Okay? But everything comes in divine timing, right? So the more divine we are within, the more healing that we do, the more purity we call for. Like, I'm literally going through a fast right now. Like, I'm eliminating, I said trying because there's still some habits that I have that I'm working on releasing. You see what I'm saying? But like, slowly but surely, I'm one by one tackling attachments that I feel are holding me back on my path and my journey. And if we don't go about removing these low vibrational habits and these things that we're tied to, whether it's let's say we're addicted to chocolate chip cookies, or we're addicted to, it could be anything, sugar. You see what I'm saying? Like, that is a very it breaks our body down, very toxic thing, you know. And then when you're like I know, like I used to be this person going to Starbucks every damn day, and I would get me a the drink that I would get. Like, when you look at the amount, the content of sugar that's in it, and I seen something too. They were talking about how Dunkin' Donuts has these new iced coffee drinks that have like grams and grams and grams, like, you know, like the sugar content be too high and a lot of this stuff, and we don't realize that's why a lot of our people, especially our community, diabetic, high blood pressure, sick, you see what I'm saying, cancer, all of these different things that are real just rampant right now. You see what I'm saying? But people just chalk it up to, you know what, you know, it's just the flip of the coin. But if you take control, right, over your own power, then it won't be about no flip of the coin. It'll be, nah, I'm controlling my destiny. I'm in control of my health. I'm in control of my spiritual sovereignty. Like, you're not allowing anybody else to have power over your health, wealth, your abundance. You know what I'm saying? You're not giving anybody else that power. You see what I'm saying? So in that reality, like, you're empowering yourself. You see what I'm saying? And with fresh start, this is about, like we talked about, going within. Like, when a lot of times we'll be going through these situations with dark empaths, narcissists, or whatever, and we have to just start fresh. You know what I mean? That's what it came after the art of detachment. You see what I'm saying? So like, that is the art of detachment, being open to starting fresh, saying, you know what? Thank you, God, for this new opportunity. Like, I feel like you're opening up a new pathway for me. I'm going to start fresh. You see what I'm saying? This could very well just be you wanting to cut your hair off. You know, sometimes our energy, our hair does hold energy, right? So when you cut your hair, a lot of times that is like filling a space of renewal. I just went through that process last year where I cut all my hair off, okay? I was feeling like I was ready for a new, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like it was time. It just came over me actually when I was at the lowest. Like, I'm not going to say I was at the lowest, but I remember I was so sick, y'all. This happened during, like, it was right before the holidays, and I had went on this fast, and I was fasting, and literally, while I was fasting, um, I got really sick. Like, I only made it to like 11 days when I normally go 21 days. So like 11 days in, I got real sick. Or no, I'm lying. It wasn't. No, so I was on a fast during Thanksgiving month, y'all. So like, that's why I stopped at 11 days, because I was like, oh, hell no, it's Thanksgiving. I want to eat, you know what I'm saying, Thanksgiving food. So I stopped my fast, right? And I ended up getting sick. Because my nieces and my nephews, you know, when they go to school, you know, they pick up stuff. So I ended up catching something from them, and I got real sicker than I've ever been, y'all. But like, I'm a healer, right? So I healed myself. I did all natural herbs, turmeric, you know, I did my teas and things like that, and I healed myself. I repaired myself within a week. You know what I mean? But I just remember how bad I felt. Like, migraines, bedridden, couldn't move. Like, it was like, you know, probably what somebody would have had said it was COVID, you know, before. But I don't sign on to that propaganda. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't sign on to that. But like, also, I know my power and my healing ability, and so that's what I did. Anyway, the only reason why I brought that up was because during that moment of feeling the worst I've ever felt, Like I had these super long ass fucking locks that it was hot. I was like hot and bothered and everything. And I just had this epiphany of like, oh, I'm cutting this shit off. I'm just gonna cut it off. And like, I ended up hitting up my barber and everything. Cause I used to have, like, I always had I used to have the little taper thing back in the day. So back when I used to cut my hair, I had a barber. So I instantly hit him up like, yo, like, I mean, my haircut, and everything. So that was like, but when I did that, I felt like so renewed. I felt so refreshed. I felt like a whole new person. And it was almost like, it was also like, it let me know, like, I don't care. Like, it made me feel more confident in myself as well, because a lot of times as women, we will like have all of our confidence, based on how our hair look or how our lashes are, you know what I'm saying? People doing all this surgery and doing all this stuff because they're not happy with themselves just naturally with what God gave them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what this is about. Like, embrace your own beauty. You know what I'm saying? You could cut your hair. You may not have you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you have an inner beauty that precedes your physical beauty, right? So that's what we got to start, not being so superficial, right? And finding, that's what I'm talking about. That's what comes out next is the inner strength, right? This is about that inner beauty, that inner confidence, knowing who you are within, not allowing people to come in and make you feel less than, okay? Not, or not even if it's people making you feel less than, but if for whatever reason you have any self-doubt within, you got to start bigging yourself up and empowering you to know that you are greatness, baby, okay? This is you going within. And this is also like, she's sitting here and she's having, this is like one of those, I'm having a me day. This is about me. Like, I'm going within. Like, she looked like she's building up, like she's trying to put some shit together. She has her wine, like she's making her home sacred. She making her home feel good, doing some renovating or whatever. I don't know, but whatever she's doing, she's making sure that she feels a sense of inner strength, peace. You know what I mean? And she's taking that time to do whatever she needs to do so she can feel that. Okay. So she could do that. So I'm really seeing like we're doing a lot to rebuild our inner strength. Okay. And look what came, y'all. This soulmate card, and when it goes back to the Rider Waite, when we talked about the lovers coming out, okay? So when we pouring into ourselves, giving ourselves the love that's needed and necessary, this is the time when we're so focused on ourselves, we're not even thinking about nobody. That's when they come in, like your soulmate, right? Come and they like, cause just like you was going through that journey, so was they, right? And it's like y'all kind of, y'all in a way was healing. Even though y'all was separate, y'all was kind of healing. Now y'all gonna come together whole, right? These are two whole people coming together, ready to pour into each other equally, right? And give that equal exchange of love, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, y'all. So yes, I love where this is going, y'all. Let me pull this other deck out. I'm gonna pull a few from this deck, and I'm gonna pull some advice from the angels, and I'm gonna let y'all go, y'all, because I know we've been on here for a good minute, but I love it. I just love y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me and coming to vibe with me on my lives, and y'all just give me so much life, you know what I'm saying? And I love that we can empower each other, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it's about, you know what I'm saying? But it's about putting the power back in your hands too. Like, we all have our own personal power, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times we're giving our power away, trying to seek it from other people when we need to go within to seek it. You see what I'm saying? Instead of like trying to let somebody else tell us, what it is that we need to understand on our own. Because, but also about identifying our intuition, because there are some people that are truly, really have good intention to really want to share some wisdom and knowledge with you, but then you also have people that don't have good intention, and that's why we're building ourselves up, so we can build on that intuition, so we can know that the people that we can be vulnerable with are people that we should actually be vulnerable with, that we can actually trust. You see what I'm saying? Spirit, what else? What other messages do we have, Spirit? Ooh, what damn? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take all of them. How about that? We're gonna take all of those, and then I'm gonna pull the whatchamacallit, and we're gonna keep it going, okay? But yes, y'all, it's really, I'm just seeing it's really just reinforcing everything we just talked about, okay? Because look, so, and then also too, since this is a new deck, if y'all don't mind, I'll actually read what the book even says, but I'm gonna just give you, of course, what I'm saying, because look what's coming out, right? We have the red flags. Hey, Krishan Official, what's up, bro? Welcome back to the live. Yeah, right. So we got the red flag and the love bombing and the gaslighting, right? So this is exactly what happens, right? When we go against our intuition, when we don't build our intuition up, we look right past the red flags, and then we just go right into being love bombed, right into just trusting, right into feeling like this person has the greatest intention with you, and then you just now you're literally um you're literally now in this like love spell. You're kind of blinded to the truth because you decided you wanted to continue to see the best in somebody when they kept showing you who they really was. But it's like we can't go against the intuition because we might want that connection more than we want to know the real truth. Let's stop putting ourselves in positions where we're not understanding the reality of what we're dealing with, okay? And that's what that's about. Not looking past the red flag so you don't get yourself caught up in a love bombing, gaslighting situation where people are literally manipulating you on bullshit, not having the best intentions with you. You see what I'm saying? So let's see, love and gaslight. Let's see what these cards say. And I really like the way these cards be popping they shit too. Like as far as the description. So love and gaslight. This says, are you glossing over and suppressing your trauma or another's perspective? Are you steamrolling your or another's feelings? Your cult leader application has been denied, right? So that's deep because like we talked about cult leaders earlier, right? We have a level of vulnerability that we give to people that they utilize and they use that energy against us, and then we be so caught up in believing in who they are, and they beating us down just to make themselves feel like they have this God complex and they're somehow better. You see what I'm saying? So, all right, let's see what red flag says. So, red flag says, no matter how often you try to bleach the red flags white, they only turn back to red. Okay, you have been warned. Okay, so yes, this is a red flag. You've been warned. Do not ignore when people are showing you who the fuck they are. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we'll look right past because we just want to see them. We want to believe in the fairy tale that we created in our mind about that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's take accountability. A lot of times we hopeless romantics. We want love so bad. We sitting around like, oh, well, and then we just looking past all the shit that we should be paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? And then it just bites you in the ass later when it's like, damn, now I got to build myself up from ground zero because I let this motherfucker beat me down into the motherfucking ground so bad just because I was ignoring my own intuition, just trying to be a good person. But fuck it's not about being a good person. It's about being a righteous person. And when you realize you're being righteous, you know that sometimes you got to stand up for what's right in a way where you standing on business. It ain't always about being nice and shit. You see what I'm saying? And that's because that's how a lot of us empaths have gotten beat the fuck up so much. You know what I'm saying? And beat down so much because we want to be nice and shit. You see what I'm saying? So the next one is billionaire, okay? And this so crazy, y'all, how this is so alignment with this reading, because did we just talk about hoarding? It says, are you hoarding wealth to fuel your king or queen baby dreams? Do not pass go. Do not collect $1,000,000. Don't even go to jail or pay taxes. Think about doing some good and using your hoard to end world hunger. Right? Right? Didn't we just talk about this when I talked about this card, right? Or no. Yeah, I talked about that card where somebody pretends to be more royal than they are, or they in their ego, they're not even really utilizing their royal energy, quote unquote, to do good. They're using it to manipulate and deceive, right? Or we talked about the card, right, where the guy is two impoverished people and he's standing there breadcrumbing them. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's what narcissists will do. They'll play in your face and make it seem like they're your friend and they helping you just all along so they can go be like, oh yeah, I helped so-and-so and da-da-da-da-da. So they can like somehow use it to their benefit, right? It's not coming from a good place of trying to support a friend and they love you. It's coming from a place of, yeah, me doing this is going to make me look good. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You see what I'm saying? That's what that's about, right? But with the unicorn, you're a rare, unique creature. But you have to be wary of vampiric people who will try to capture you and drain you of your magic and your mystery. Or even worse, watch out for those who will try to make you forget who you are. Stop being so nice. Look at the synchronicity. Didn't I just fucking say that? Right? And then it's like reaffirming everything that I'm just saying. It says, stop being so nice to creeps, especially. If you have been feeling lonely in this life, take heart and stay strong. It will be well worth it, right? Didn't we say soulmates is coming out? Didn't we say divine timing? Didn't we say the lovers, right? All of these things are happening, but when we sit there and we settle, right? Because we don't want to attach from shit, right? Then that's when we allow these types of folks in. You see what I'm saying? So, right. Then you got the black square. And then we talked about the narcissist just being an empty fucking void. Like, you sitting up there steady pouring your love and everything into these motherfuckers, and they just draining you and not pouring it back into you. And where is it going? It's going into the fucking vortex of nothingness, okay? It's not, it's like you pouring into that motherfucker for nothing, okay? It's like they don't even appreciate it. They not gonna reciprocate it. It's not gonna do them no good. You feel me? Now, some people can be redeemed and can heal, but like some people be so far gone, baby. They done so much dirt. They so far motherfucking gone. That's why I was talking about Constantine. If y'all remember that movie, but he actually came back. You see what I'm saying? But that's the type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so black square, y'all. Apparently, you are only down for doing the bare minimum during an incredibly significant time to stand up and advocate for human rights. Drawing this card reminds you that your actions need to not be just performative. They must be based in real knowledge, okay? And include follow through both online and in real life. You don't have to be on the front lines, but at this point in history, you can't be silent either, right? So this is about standing on something, or what does they say? Stand for something or fall for anything, right? This is about having a space where you are living in your authenticity, okay? You're living in true to who you are as an individual, and you're not living to try to have this air about yourself to feed egos and to make people believe that you're something that you're really not. You see what I'm saying? Like a narcissist does, which was the next card that came out, right? And so the narcissist card says, narcissist says, the world, in fact, does not revolve around you or your precious ego cargo. Big facts. It does not, and it will not. Especially, and look, this is like somebody doing mirror magic. I talked about this on the last live, too, where people will send spiritual attacks your way. People will send psychic attacks your way, and they can do that through mirror magic. They can do it in so many different ways, but this is what narcissists will do. They'll go to the extremes. If you get to a point where you've been dealing with a narcissist and you got to separate yourself from one and things like that, they will take it there. They will take it to the next level, and they will do motherfucking spell work, mirror magic. They'll do whatever to try to brill you back in. You see what I'm saying? Hey, D-Flow, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, okay. And then we have podcasts, y'all. And so podcasts, yeah, that see, I feel like it's the smear campaign aspect. You see what I'm saying? Now you done dealt with the narcissist, and now they want to go and they want to talk shit and smear your name, because it's like, well, it's either me or it's you. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody, I don't want everybody to believe that I was the problem in the relationship. So now I got to go smear your name and make you look like this. You see what I'm saying? So with the podcast, it says, do you love the sound of your own voice? Narcissists sure do. Do you believe the world needs to be informed of your nuanced opinion on everything? Could be time you got your own show. The masses need your brand of authority right now. How will you wield your power with the microphone in front of you? Draw another card to see whether this direction will have a positive or negative impact on the world around you, okay? So, yes, so with podcasts coming out behind narcissists, yes, that's where I'm going with it. But this is also a reminder that if you're somebody that has overcome a challenge, these types of challenges, this is a reminder that there's so many empaths that are dealing with this and they're just quiet, right? You don't want to fight, right? You don't want to combat a narcissist. You don't have the same energy that a narcissist has, right? And so now you look like you're the bad guy when not, right? So this is you speaking your truth, right? This is you, if you've been through a situation and somebody is trying to smear campaign, it's not about you going out on a campaign too and being like, no, I didn't. But it's like speaking your truth about your experience, how these things have empowered you, how these, not to try to point the finger, but to empower other people so they can recognize situations when they're dealing with them. Kind of like what I'm doing, because I've dealt with narcissism for so long that it got to the point where I felt like God must be one. Like, that's what I'm saying. There was something that was saying, follow your pain to your passion, right? And I was like, damn, that's where most of my pain has been endured from, is narcissists. You see what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? This is my path. This is my purpose. It's time for me to start empowering people and bringing this awareness to let people know that this is not normal and we're not going to fucking accept it like it's normal. And we need to change up our behaviors, and we need to start setting more boundaries so that people can't just come in and start trying to manipulate our energy, you know what I'm saying, without us even fucking knowing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what be happening. And they just playing on your ignorance. You know what I mean? So now we got to move where we not ignorant no more. We're well aware of what the fuck is going on around us. And motherfuckers is going to feel it in our energy now. Like, motherfuckers ain't going to be clocking us from a mile away like, oh, yeah, we got us one. We going to have her wrapped around the finger. Nah, now you a mile away and like, oh, nah, we don't want to fuck with that bitch. We see her boundaries all the way up. Yeah, she might, I think she's too powerful. I don't think you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the dialogue we want to hear from motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Like, nah, y'all not about to be playing. We're not letting people play in our face. You see what I'm saying? We're not. So let's see what the angels have for us. We're going to go ahead and get some advice for the angels, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, I know we've been on here, I don't know, maybe even been like 2-3 hours. And I always say that because it always feels longer than I'll be like, oh, it wasn't even that long. But it probably has been that long today, y'all. So we got, let me see, we're gonna do a few more. What else, angels? What other messages do we have? Now, come on, that's too many. Come on, all right. Just a few more. I think 3 will be enough. Well, you know what? I think it's just meant for this one to come out. So yes, empathy, y'all. See yourself and others clearly. Hello, fat man mafioso. Welcome to the live, love. Yeah, so y'all, the angels are saying empathy, okay? See yourself and others clearly, okay? Empathy is the ability to look outside yourself and center or feel energy. If you can't understand other people's point of view or read the mood in a room, the chances or conflict, misunderstandings, and tension in your life increase dramatically. Allow the angel of empathy to open your heart and mind to your innate clairvoyant potential so you can feel what is going on around you and find ways to serve not just your best interests, but also the interests of others. This is just, confirmation of what we were just saying, y'all. Empathy allows us deeper understanding of perspectives other than our own. It connects the world. It is your superpower. It is what makes others feel seen and heard and united. But be sure to set boundaries to your empathy to protect yourself. Remember, you don't need to attach yourself to what you sense or feel. It is not agreeing. It is simply feeling your way through life, sensing what is authentic and what comes from the heart. Big facts, y'all. Like we said, that's the empath. And we're talking about empath, and then empathy is what the angels want us to look at, right? Use our empathy, right? Our empathy is a gift and it is a tool, okay? We are empowered being empaths, but we have to also empower ourselves because we feel everything, right? We feel everything, but sometimes we question what we're feeling, and we don't really break it down as far as what we really should be receiving from it, right? Because we second guessing our own selves and things like that, but we're not doing that anymore, okay? We are actually using our empathy. Hey, Anirbus, Jay, thank you so much for joining the live, love. But yeah, so it's like this is us using our empathy for good, right? Using our empathy to be able to realize who's around us, you know what I'm saying? Who is in our energy? Who do I need to protect myself from? Okay. These are things that we have to be in alignment with. Okay. And I actually just posted something today, y'all, that it's my Goddess Gang journal, right? but it's a reel. But on the reel, there's a clip on there that shows the four different, it's like the different clairs, right? And if you're empath, a lot of times you could have one, two, you could have all of the clairs, you know what I'm saying? So start studying, like looking into your own empathic abilities, okay? See how you connect to spirit, okay? And start practicing that. Then start grounding yourself, going out into nature, okay? Looking into what nature has for you, because that is how the Most High speaks through us. He speaks to us through synchronicity, through nature, through a lot of things, you know. But when you go out into nature, hey, Kill Cam Rasta, thank you so much for joining the live, love. Yeah, when you go into, like I said, you go into the space of peace, groundedness, meditating, things like that. That's when these things dawn on you, right? When you're in a place of stillness, when your mind isn't going a million miles a minute thinking about responsibilities and life and all this and that. That's why we got to take time to settle the mind. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll start to let spirit talk to us and whispers in our ear to tell us like that we're in the right direction. And the low key, more discovery will happen about revealing your purpose, your path. Gifts will become unlocked. You'll gain more clarity. You'll be able to see who's for you, who's not for you. Okay, get in alignment. Okay, get in alignment. But I want to thank each and every single one of y'all for joining this live today, y'all. And I'm going to go ahead and tap out because we definitely been in this energy. But yes, please go and review my last post before this one, because I'm gonna post this one. But I did all of my God is gang and then Goddess gang. So I got Goddess gang for the divine feminines, God is gang for the divine masculines, but of course they're interchangeable, of course. But I wanted to gear something specifically towards the divine masculine. But those are all available right now on Amazon, okay? And the links are in my bio, so go check them out. And I'm gonna send all of y'all peace and love, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next live, okay? Mwah and mwah.